beautiful princess unicorn.
Hi. My question is about Sons of Anarchy.
Yes.
How different was it working on Sons of Anarchy versus Supernatural, and what was it like working with Katie Sagal?
First of all, she was really cool. She's smart and nice and kind, and everyone was really nice on that show. They went out their way. It was, just to try to make me comfortable. It was very, it was a good experience. I've never had an experience like I had with Supernatural. That's just like a whole other caliber of family and camaraderie and whatever, and like as close as we all are, and as much as we feel that with each other, that I think that comes from all the way, from the set all the way through. I feel like we sense that from our TV screens. You are not wrong. Like, it's just an abnormally decent, wonderful group of people through and through. And I've never had an experience like that where you're just so comfortable and taken care of every step of the way, and such a team, family kind of camaraderie. It doesn't need to be spoken feeling. Any other show I've done, I felt more like I'm doing a television show and I'm showing up for work, and no matter how nice the people are. Supernatural, it doesn't feel that way. It actually just, it feels right and exciting, and like you're doing something, I don't know, like important but not self-important. Yeah. So, thank you for that.
I actually was wondering if I can record you giving a message to my brother-in-law who was just diagnosed with MS earlier this year, with
Absolutely.
any tips and advice or anything like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you want to do that now?
I don't know. Okay. I don't want to piss people off by doing
I'm sure. I mean, this is being recorded, so I'm sure you can find it. But here's the thing: is for any of us experiencing this human experience period, we cannot predict what is going to happen tomorrow or even the next hour. We think we can. We think we can control it, but the only thing we can control is how we choose to interpret it and what we choose to take out of what's going on. So if you are living in fear of what's going to come tomorrow and what your body is going to do and all that, you're taking away from the joy you might be experiencing in this very moment. And that's what I found. It's a really difficult journey, but what I found is the most wonderful thing, and I do think it applies to all of us as human beings, is just to make the most of every single moment. And whatever is going on, don't fight it, don't interpret it as even having to be a negative thing you have to be so upset about. It's like sometimes my body literally is not working at all. I can't move around. I'm lying there. You know what I can do? I can tweet with my friends, or I can read an amazing book, or I can come up with a new plan of something we can do to make the world better. Or there are so many things that I can still find joy in. Even if I am lying on the ground on the sidewalk, I can look at the sky and maybe it's a beautiful sky and appreciate that. There's always something to find joy in. And I think that that's the one thing that you have to know deeply, cannot be taken away from you. Even those days when we're in the hospital and everything looks dire and whatever, there's usually a nurse or an attendant or someone you can connect with that you can have a beautiful conversation with. Just remember to keep, that's where your strength comes in, is keep finding those things. And don't beat yourself. One of the hardest things with I think when we're sick is we can beat ourselves up for feeling like maybe if only I was doing something better, or if I were a better person, or if I were a stronger person or whatever, I wouldn't be going through this. That's not true. Stop making yourself live through that. Those are some of the best pieces of advice. There are obviously practical things that you'll have to learn each step of the way. But that's the best thing I can give to anyone who's been diagnosed with MS, but also anyone going through life, period. I think we all have to find these things. Also, it's okay to be upset sometimes. And it's okay to rage. I found it really important to me, sometimes when I'm alone or whatever, is just to cry or curse the world or, just allow myself to feel what I'm feeling at that moment. And if I vent that, it doesn't follow me into the next moment. I don't walk around feeling sorry for myself and feeling like, why is this happening? Because you know what? I just screamed and cried for a good minute. And I needed that. So don't deny yourself that either, is what I'll say. I hope some of that helped.